In this morning's FOX21 Business Insider, we team up with the Colorado Business Forum and Digest to bring you the latest and most relevant business news impacting life in Southern Colorado.
With us right now is Dirk Hobbs, of course, the founder and executive publisher with the Colorado Media Group. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here again. So let's start now with one local company helping businesses deploy artificial intelligence more effectively. Who this is and how they are helping employers now think through AI's role in the company.
Well, you know, when we start talking about AI, some folks get a little tense.
Right, going to take my job.
It's going to take my job.
Yeah.
And of course, employers are trying to figure out how to deploy AI so they can reduce the stress and the workload on tedious events within the workflow during the day. So there is a company here in Colorado. They have offices in Denver and Colorado Springs. And they are helping organizations deploy a more human-centric deployment of AI.
Thinking about the people now.
Thinking about the people.
Okay.
That's right. So it's a really exciting company. Their website is modus1.ai, and they have an outstanding grasp of how we can reduce the stress of tedious and more repetitive tasks and focus on more high-value output for the human beings in the room.
Because the AI technology is incredible,
That's
right? We want to use AI,
We
of
do.
course. It could make things better, but yeah, the risk of losing jobs is a big deal.
Well, and it's going to touch every industry, Craig.
And it's not going away.
It's not going away. You know, we just have to deploy it more effectively so that the employees don't face a great deal of morale issues or stress, and they don't feel like they're going to be eliminated.
Okay, okay.
All right, next let's look at entrepreneurship and startup culture in Colorado Springs. Obviously, our region has several strong industry sectors, but is that enough to keep our culture of innovation thriving?
You know, this is a great topic because every community has an entrepreneur startup culture. We have a great one here in Southern Colorado. This ecosystem is largely equipped to handle our big three industries: aerospace and defense, cybersecurity, and advanced manufacturing. So the more you spread out and the more diverse your economic sector is, or your clusters, the more versatile you are as an individual business.
Okay.
So Dr. Larry Plummer, who's the chair at the El Palmar Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation up at UCCS, wrote a great article in the Digest this week talking about how industries, when they diversify, when you do a startup company, guys, you have a lot of times you'll have to pivot during the times that you may think, I have an indication for a medical device company here.
Right.
Okay. But then you find out downstream that your application might be more advantageous in aerospace. Okay, so you need to pivot. And when you pivot, you have different clients, you have different customers, you have different service providers and solutions providers, so you need to be able to pivot. They call this entrepreneurial churn.
Right.
When you fail to do this, it becomes a churn, and a lot of those startups close. Here in Southern Colorado, we have a great incubator and accelerator system. So exponential impact, and there's a thing called the Garage up at UCCS. And of course, we have the SBDC here in Southern Colorado. If you're really at the beginning of your phase of development for your company, these are great places to start.
So this is how we kind of reduce that churn?
Yes. Yeah,
the resources and tools they use?
Yeah, so if you can pivot successfully and you have other industries from which to draw into your company, then you have the ability to set yourself on a track for success.
Okay.
Okay, well, Dirk, where can people go to read more about these and other topics impacting local businesses?
Thank you very much. As always, Colorado Media Group is the company, and you can go to SoCoDigest.com and find all these great articles there for you.